Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, Em.
Good morning. It's a bit cold today. I hear there's a whisper of snow. So hope we're all wrapped up. Anyway, that's my wishful thinking. But it makes me think it's time for books at lunchtime, because it's nice to have a book when you're feeling chilly.
Absolutely.
So today I wanted to see what we could offer our lovely readers and customers for their coffee tables, because coffee table books are so lovely at Christmas, especially if you don't really know if the person you're buying for is a reader. Lots of people love to look through a beautiful book. So I've got one, which I'll start with, shall I? And then I know you've got a huge stack there. The other day we were talking about subscriptions that we offer in the shop, and I had an experimental one last year, and one of my favorites was this, which is a beautiful book called The Velocity of Being. It's a beautiful hardback book, and it's comprised of letters to young readers. So the people who edited this approached various different writers to ask them what they would tell their younger selves about reading. And what follows is a wonderful selection of writings from readers. So this one's by Neil Gaiman, and they're always paired with an illustration, and on each page it's a different illustrator. So we've got Neil Gaiman illustrated by Sophie Blackall. And just to get a few, we've got Alain de Botton, who, with illustrations by Mauni Fadag. I hope I've said that right. And it's just absolutely exquisite. And it's a book that I just dip in and out of. Gemma Correll illustrating David Ullen. It's just, there's some really, really well-known writers and illustrators in there. And it's a beautiful, gifty book for this time of year. So, and it's all beautifully got foiled lettering on the front. So that's a hard recommend from me, and it's one that we love in the shop as well.
We do both love this book, actually, and the names are it's almost written, the letters are written by literary writers rather than sort of what children might be reading that would sort of come and go. So you have, as you said, you've got Jane Goodall is here, and Rebecca Sonnet is here, and Elizabeth Gilbert. So sorry about the phone.
An extraordinary selection of writers, and Eve Ensler, William Powers, Regina Spektor, illustrated by Benji Davis. Now this I have to see. Regina Spektor being a fairly incomparable musician, illustrated by Benji Davis, who is one of my favorite illustrators in any case. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And I've got one I want to look up, which is a letter from Yo-Yo Ma. So it is a great way of exposing, well, yourself or a child to writing for people who might be inaccessible until they're a bit older. So here's the letter from Yo-Yo Ma, illustrated by, I can't see it. So that is a very hard recommend from both of us, and we do have that in stock.
Yes, please show me more. I'm going to warm up with my cup of coffee, which is my favourite way to think about books.
So I have a book with a bonus here, and this has been out for a year. This is the other side of the coin, which is The Queen, the Dresser, and the Wardrobe. So people will probably know about this. It's the recollections of the Queen's senior dresser. But when I went to London for an event at HarperCollins, they actually gave us a sewing kit that matches.
Oh, wow.
And so I put that with the book. So if you buy the book, you get the sewing kit, which looks a bit like a coin. So the book with a bonus. And that is £20. We can probably get more copies of the book, but I only have one sewing kit.
Oh, so you need to get him fast there, folks, for the bonus.
Absolutely. It does have lots of glossy photographs. So here are some hats and some pictures at races. I expect hats will feature quite strongly throughout.
And The Crown being such a popular series on Netflix at the moment, there's going to be a lot of people for whom that's a really timely present.
Yeah, so someone who likes looking at photographs and not necessarily reading a lot of words, that's a good book for. Again, I think that's kind of the definition of a coffee table book, isn't it? Being able to look at the photographs, read the captions if you want. So for possibly a completely different person, we have Bond cars.
Oh,
The definitive history.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really nice concept for a coffee table book, isn't it? So you've got lots of outtakes, lots of scenes from the films, and it's just the stories behind choosing the cars, letters that had to do with, I don't know, with sorting out the specs.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of scenes with how to rule the car. So again, oh wow, look at that.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So it's been through the stories behind the scenes that are so memorable in all the Bond films.
What an interesting, I've never seen anything like that before.
No, it's quite impressive, isn't it? And that is £20, so you get quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's a substantial book. So, sticking with film and television, we have here 60 Years of Coronation Street.
Ah.
It's the official celebration, and it's described as the ultimate history of the show. So it's got artifacts, scripts, documents. It's just a very good selection of the archives, and it's about set development, family trees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so anyone who's been watching Coronation Street from the start will have lots of happy memories browsing through this. And it looks like there's a timeline that runs all the way through about what happened in the plots, because they can go on for years. And again, it is a gifting book, but it's only £20, so not out of budget for a lot of people. What else have we got? So one more sort of grown-ups book. I don't know very much about this. So this is Sissinghurst.
Oh, wow. Oh my. Okay. That's, can someone put that on my Christmas list, please? So Sissinghurst is just magical, isn't it? So extremely famous garden down in Sussex that was very much at the heart of the arts and craft and the Bloomsbury set. It's oh, how wonderful, because it was Vita Sackville-West's, wasn't it?
That's right.
So there's a really strong literary connection to that, and it's absolute beautiful escapism for the middle of December as well, I imagine.
And Harold Nicholson, who was a diplomat as well. So this has words, but the photographs are enough, really. Quite exquisite. Now, I say moving on to less, well, anyway, I also have 100 posters that changed the world.
Ooh.
So this is kind of a history through the propaganda or messages or other things that we have through our history. So here are some racing ones to stick with that theme, motor racing posters, World War I posters. Civilization calls every man, woman, and child, apparently. And books and literacy posters.
Now, this is a really interesting kind of coffee tale. I'm already getting ahead of myself. It's a coffee table book that is more than just being pretty. I think it sort of makes you think a little bit about the way someone's curated those images together.
Yeah.
And there was a wonderful book a few years ago, wasn't there, about letters that changed the world?
Yeah.
But actually having something that's visually front and center like that is really great.
These would have been the things that people saw that
Yeah.
were used to influence their opinions to make sure they went along with the cultural change. Here is a Vietnam propaganda poster in Vietnamese.
Oh, wow.
But then it's closely followed by film poster for the Screaming School. So some people like B films. So yeah, Mexican Olympics. There's lots and lots of history in that. through a visual history. So visual histories, two of our best-selling ever books, people just are always interested in them, are Bill Bryson's A Short History of Nearly Everything and Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. But not everyone wants to read all those words.
They're both long books.
They are both really long books, but they are history books. They cover a lot of ground. So they and their editors have conveniently created illustrated versions for us. And we had this last year with Prisoners of Geography, but it's got the concepts all laid out in captions and illustrations. So you could share this book with a child and talk about it, whereas you would never do that with the 600-page book. So this is, the Bill Bryson is quite sciencey. And so it does have like the periodic table in it, dinosaurs, earthquakes, atoms. So that's that one. But then the Yuval Noah Harari, the Sapiens, is more sort of chronological history, and it is in graphic novel format.
Oh, that's novel.
Yep. So it goes right through history as kind of in a comic book format.
Oh, that's
so
lovely.
It is, isn't it? So much time would have gone into that, developing that. So it would have been a great project to work on. It looks like it covers everything: art, culture, prehistory. So,
wow, that's really lovely. And actually it's a lovely alternative for an enthusiastic reader that just wants a bit of a change. I mean, you know, sometimes pictures are extremely informative, aren't they? So it's lovely to
I think that with an open mind, anyone would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Similar, we have space maps.
Ooh.
We're putting this in the children's section, but why wouldn't people not want to know about, you know, a map of Jupiter? What have we got here? A map of Uranus. Apparently it's sideways, so it's got where all its moons are and how it's all laid out, the position from the sun, time of rotation, etc. Here's Earth, home sweet home. And that is £18.99, but something that I think could get plenty of value out of by spending some time with it.
Yeah. Is that a Nosy Crow book, Tracy?
That is not a Nosy Crow.
Who's that published by?
WOEB. I cannot remember who that is. What on Earth books?
What a beautiful series.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And speaking of Home Sweet Home, my last offering is, oh, this is heavy. This is a BBC book, Perfect Planet. Our 1 in a billion world revealed. So this is going to have plenty of photographs in it.
Oh, wow. And those BBC books are always really beautifully put together, and they're always an absolute winner, aren't they?
So yeah, and the writing will be top notch as well. So they pitch this being a story of the Earth's power and its fragility. So quite topical in its approach. It's not just about what a wonderful world, but about our responsibility to it. Yeah. And this one is £25. So the books we've been talking about today are a bit pricey generally, but with a coffee table book, you are looking at something that you're going to share with the family and have out on display that you want to be good quality. Yeah. So hopefully these will give people some ideas, even if it's not one of these that they want, they might think of something that they do want.
Those are great selections, Tracy. I hope that's helped people, given them sort of a bit of food for thought. Obviously, we can now say to you, come and have a look for yourself, because we're open again. As of Wednesday the 2nd, we are open again. So yeah, please come down and see us. But are we still able to help over the phone, by email?
Yep. Over the phone and email are both great. Email is very good. Or come down and see us, but we can still deliver as well if people want to stay in for a bit longer.
Isn't that great? Wonderful.
Yeah, we want to get books to our customers.
We do, and we will get books to our customers. So that's splendid. Oh, thank you very much.
Well, lovely. Thank you for spending lunch with me again.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.